Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this movie review. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to watch my content really does mean the world to me. For those of you that are unaware, I review everything, whether it's movies, series, shows, everything. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, because I want to let you know if something is good, bad, or completely mediocre. I want to become your go-to movie guy. So please subscribe if you haven't yet. And today we're going to be talking about pig flip. Have you guys ever just been blown away by a movie before? I went into this movie thinking it was going to be something completely different than I ever watched. And while that was the case, I wasn't ready for the quality of the film. This was an incredibly high quality film. It was absolutely brilliant. It was so incredibly indie. This is a very, very indie film. It's unlike anything I've watched before. Yes, there are things in like a similar vein, but nothing quite to this extent. Ultimately, we follow Nicolas Cage's character, who I just love Nick Cage. He's flipping amazing. But ultimately, he is a truffle hunter. He goes out, he hunts truffles with his pigs. That's as simple as it is. He loves his pig. The pig is the namesake of the movie. So he just goes out every day with his pig. He goes, he gets truffles, he comes back. That's his day-to-day life. He lives out in the woods. He doesn't bother anyone. All he wants to be content with life is him and his pig hunting truffles. As simple as that. But then, one unfortunate night, someone breaks into his house and steals his pig, and honestly, an incredibly realistic, scary, and heartbreaking sequence. That sequence was honestly the pinnacle of filmmaking. Great sound design, a horrific sound actually as the pig is being stolen, and great emotional acting from Nick Cage. That's a pinnacle of great filmmaking right there in that scene. But ultimately, the film continues. Nick Cage, he tries to save his pig and bring it home. Simple plot, incredibly simple. A man trying to find a pig. Simple. And that's the whole film. It's simple and it works so incredibly well. I will say simple is the way to describe the rest of this film. It's simple, but it works so well. Let's talk about sound design. Simple sound. When the movie started, I actually thought something was wrong with my speakers because there's nothing. There's no sound. And then the ambient noises started coming. We get the noises of the woods. We get wind. We get birds. But for a very long time, most of the film is actually just silent. When we do get soundtracks, it's classical music. And it's opera. And it's very simple music. And so majority of the movie is actually just the ambient noises, the ambient sounds. As Nicolas Cage is busy walking around and doing his own thing, we're just hearing the sound of the environment. It's simple. Then we get the cinematography. Simple. We get these beautiful long takes of just these sweeping shots. Never fast, always nice and smooth and slow. Simple. And it's the exact same thing with everything. Everything can be boiled down to it's simple, but it is done so well. I'm not saying what they've done is easy. Please don't misunderstand me. Easy does not mean simple. What they've done is they have taken incredibly simple shots and executed them perfectly. They've taken these simple shots and executed them perfectly. Honestly, I'm in awe of this film. I never thought, again, something so simple could captivate me the way it did. It's a truly, truly captivating film. It is so incredibly engaging. This is by far one of Nicolas Cage's best performance, in my opinion, from the last while. He's been in a few duds lately, but he's been in a few great indie films, but this one stands above the rest, in my opinion. His portrayal is emotional, it's guttural, it's powerful. You watch him, your heart breaks. This is just a man who wants to get his pig. It sounds so simple, but there's that emotional weight to everything he says and everything he does. There's weight to it, there's emotion to it, and there's nuance to it. It's a flipping phenomenal performance, honestly. And I will say the best way to sum up this entire film, it's one of those films where it's about the journey, not the destination. I was so invested in this entire story as Nicolas Cage is going to go find his pig. He's just going to find his pig. It's the journey, and it's matched up with a great performance, some phenomenal sound design, and some great cinematography. But guys, thank you so much for watching my review. It really means the world to me. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. It would be such a blessing. And I hope to see you guys again in another review.